Hello and welcome everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about my 6-month, 60-pound weight loss transformation and the steps I took to achieve that goal. And I'm going to be straight up, I really didn't do anything different than what I usually did. My diet more or less stayed the same. My training was basically the same. I just toned it down a little just because I wasn't recovering as much. But there really isn't any secret. In fact, based on what a lot of scientists and nutritionists and influencers want to tell you, I kind of did everything wrong. My diet was kind of awful, if I'm going to be honest. I just eat whatever I want, and I can get away with it. I live a pretty active lifestyle, and I just track my calories, and that's really all you have to do. I mean, just for today, I got everything I ate today. So for breakfast, I started off and I had a couple boxes of cereal and some chicken nuggets. Not chicken breasts, fried chicken nuggets. Followed that up, went and worked out, and then I ate an entire tub of frozen yogurt and some raspberries and some bell peppers. And then just now for supper, I had me a couple pastrami sandwiches. That definitely doesn't sound like the usual chicken, broccoli, and rice that people are used to hearing. I just don't eat that stuff. I don't see a need to. Really, you can eat whatever you want. It's just calories in, calories out, and you have to be able to have the will to eat foods you enjoy, yet stop when you meet your caloric intake for the day. I've never been one to track macros. I think that's just a huge waste of time, and that's gonna go for the same as training as well, in that I really don't track anything. I don't track my sets. I don't track the weights I'm using workout to workout. I just go in and lift. And sometimes the simplest solution is the best. I mean, there are a lot of people who want to go say, you have to make sure not to go too hard. You got to keep your reps in reserve and your RPE throughout the mesocycle. I just feel like that overcomplicates things and really takes the fun out of lifting. Am I saying that doesn't work? No, it's definitely good. If you're an elite level athlete, which 99.99% of people aren't, you could be using that to your advantage, but the amount of benefit from that versus the amount of effort you have to put into that is so minuscule. It's just not worth it for me. It's not worth my time and my effort. So when I'm going to the gym, I just like to zone out for an hour. I don't want to be thinking about all these training principles and parameters that I have to stick to. I just want to go and lift, catch a pump, and feel good. It's way overcomplicated, and everyone says they have the solution or the secret to getting jacked, to building muscle, and there is no secret. There is no magic routine that's gonna grow muscle more than anything else. You just go in, be consistent, use good form, put tension on the muscle, and it'll grow. There's people who say, if you don't squat, if you don't deadlift, if you don't bench, you need those heavy exercises, you need those compounds, and I don't do any of those. I use almost all machines. And in fact, I could make the argument that using machines is going to be better. You can keep tension on the muscle and go to failure more safely than using free weights. That's another video. Really, just go in and lift. Don't overthink it. Train hard. Keep up the intensity every workout. Train till you're feeling a good, effective stimulus. Don't annihilate yourself. Don't go crazy every set. You're gonna have to keep a few in the tank. Save it for another day. But just find somewhere in the middle. Don't be an idiot. And don't be a nerd, like I like to say. Just find that common ground of training smart and hard, but don't go overboard one way or the other. And I feel like so many people nowadays want to preach you have to do something a certain way, you have to do it this way or you're not going to grow. And I think this so one-way zealotry way of thinking is just complete madness. I kind of did things how I wanted. I made things work around my life. I made things work around the goals I wanted to achieve, and I had a great time doing it. You know, I never cheated once on my diet because I was eating the foods I wanted to every day. I didn't have to have a cheat day in order to enjoy myself. You know, I wasn't eating chicken, broccoli, and rice every meal. I was eating, you know, lots of bread, dairy, meat, you know, all kinds of stuff that people want to say make you put on weight, but it doesn't. You know, being in a caloric surplus makes you gain weight. And that's really all there is to it. You can gain or lose weight on any diet. It's just really a matter of how much do you want to achieve your goals? How much effort are you going to put into it? That's really all that matters. It's just consistency. And that's really the secret to everything, is consistency. Being 100% every single day committed to achieving your goal. And that's how I did it. And frankly, it wasn't any secret diet or, you know, special plan or supplements that got me there. It was just, you know, focusing on the right things and executing when I needed to. You know, I definitely did have a plan. I'm not just going into it blindly kind of doing things how I wanted. You know, I planned stuff out, but didn't overthink things, you know. Focus on the main things and the rest just fall into place. And looking back, it's just incredible how much I've accomplished within these past 6 months. You know, I've been overweight, even obese, you know, all of my life, despite all of the sports I've done throughout the years, all of the weightlifting I've done. And it really just took kind of a change of direction, a change of heart of what I wanted to accomplish. And I was able to achieve that, you know, through means most people would disagree with. You know, I was eating a lot of junk food. I was just kind of improving my workouts, you know, within reason, you know, still having some specific training styles, but you know, that's kind of, everyone just wants to sell you their programs, their diets, and everyone's gonna make up an excuse why this won't work or why you need to be doing it this way, and that's just a load of nonsense. You know, I really feel like you can make anything work as long as you're willing to put in the effort. You know, there's definitely some truth to that. Some diets are going to be harder than others to make work, but you can definitely do it. Alright, so I got a couple before and after pictures for you, and I'll be going through them just so you can kind of see the changes that I made and how losing all of this fat can really affect your physique, even if there's a little bit of muscle that's involved with it. So this first picture, as you can tell, it's just kind of a front-on shot. Nothing too crazy about it. You can see, you know, there's definitely a good solid base of muscle. It's just hidden between all this fat and really looks a lot better with a shirt on. But, you know, with a shirt off, it's nothing too impressive. How it looks, I'd say, much better in person. If you would see, you know, this is just a very big, solid physique. You know, there's years of lifting that went into this, but you know, with all this fat and especially too with the body hair, and as you'll see in this next slide, what a little bit of that can do with regards to your aesthetic appearance, it can go a long way. And then when you go into this next picture, you can really tell a difference that makes. You know, much more defined within the abs, the Adonis belt. You got separation on the shoulders and chest, got some bicep veins, and even, you know, getting a little color, getting a shave in, that can really help to improve your physique, as well as you can see in the face, a much more chiseled jawline. And really, you know, I didn't gain any muscle. I probably lost, you know, 2 or 3 pounds of, you know, lean tissue, but you just get that illusion just based on the leanness that, you know, you're going to be looking a lot bigger than you really are. And you can see that coming up within this next picture, and these are going to be from a little more flattering angles, really from that kind of top down perspective, so you can really gauge, you know, for the amount of mass I had even, you know, before I lost all this weight. You can see here, you know, there's some pretty broad shoulders, decent chest and arms. You know, you got some traps showing, and really, you know, a very solid, well-built physique. You know, just once you strip the fat away, you know, that's when you can really see the magic happens. And once you do, it's pretty incredible. In this picture, I'm just blown away at it. You know, you can see right away just the shoulders, which, you know, one of my strongest points. Very, very well defined. You know, we got a very tight core, solid arms, you know, the trap sticking out. You know, I'm 185 in this picture, but I'm looking, you know, 200, 210 even. It's just crazy. And like I said before, you know, I lost a decent amount of muscle between these two pictures, but I just look much more solid, much more dense, and just much better physique-wise. And it's amazing what you can do, you know, in 3-6 months of losing fat compared to gaining muscle. So if you want to make a transformation, definitely strip down as much fat as you can, get to a good solid point, and slowly build from there. That's going to give you the best physique and allow you to put on the most muscle while still maintaining that aesthetic appearance. You don't want to just blow up like I did and then get super crazy cut. I mean, I kind of took this to the extreme, but that's, you know, one way to do it, and it just worked out in the end for me. So what kind of the takeaway of all this is just, it's going to take time, and you got to be consistent and give 100% of your effort every single day. You know, there's no magic cure, there's no supplement or special diet or training program that's going to get you any results faster than if you just stick to it, wait a couple months, you know, have some patience, have some faith, and you're going to see some great things happen. So that's all for today. Make sure to like and subscribe, follow the Instagram as well, and have a good one.